Nu dan.
It's loading, but I think we are live now. But I'm just going to take a second to check it on my Facebook and make sure that my post is public, which is also a very good idea if you want people to join. Yes, here we are live again. So this time, there you are. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much, Chahat, for joining me again in another conversation. And thank you everyone for who's watching this on live stream right now or later. We are having every week on Tuesday at or around 7 p.m. European time, a conversation about outrageous love and what it means to be an outrageous lover. And Marc has this amazing, amazing saying, which goes, the world is full of outrageous pain, and the only answer is outrageous love. And it actually goes on, the world is full of outrageous beauty and the only answer is outrageous love. But actually today we are focusing on, and actually the past conversations we have been focusing on outrageous pain and how to deal with that as an outrageous lover. How do we respond to that? How do we hold that? And today we are going to have a conversation about another teaching of Dr. Marc Gafni that he calls the past, present, and future self. And it's about healing ourselves and transforming ourselves and how we do that. And can I just open it with that big opening, Chahat, to you? And can you share a little bit about this teaching of past, present, and future self?
Yes, please. Let me first say hello and thank you for stepping in and again in this conversation series. Yeah, this teaching that Marc has been offering us for, well, in a study group we have, and in the One Mountain, he also taught about it. And I must say, I'm like so deeply touched about the healing that takes place in the past, the healing that takes place in the present, and the healing that takes place in the future because of the future. And since my work goes also a lot around healing, and I see how many people are struggling with the different aspects of the healing and the different, what is een valkuil? The different distortions,
pitfalls,
the different pitfalls of the whole thing. Yeah. So it's a big thing.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And for me personally, I must say, when I have been doing therapy in all kinds of ways, like several series, because it was intense. Then I went to find meditation, and I meant to find spiritual practice, and I learned to meditating, to chant, to be in nature and be connected to the all and find the present. But I must say, at a certain point, when I really could embody, like, my present is not determined by my thoughts about the past, but my thoughts about the future. Mm. If I don't see a future for myself, if I don't see a future that is compelling, drawing me there, inviting me, then why should I come out of bed?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was a big, that was just a big realization. And so when Marc started to teach this a few weeks ago, he's been thinking about this for a long time. It kind of hit me in a new layer, in a new realization about the importance of becoming clear about healing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I actually remember as you were sharing about this, that a long time ago, you actually sent me this document of Marc called Woundology.
Yes.
So
Correct.
that was for the first time, maybe. I don't know if the first time, but for me that was another revelation, like how we can get stuck in our wounds, and how I was identifying completely with my wounded self and going to therapy again and again and again because I still wasn't fixed. And Marc says it's so great that you can go to a new therapy and spend another 20 years talking about the past, and it's never going to be completely revealed, and it's never going to take you home completely. And we need those other two elements or dimensions as well. Yeah, and I love that image that he shared of being pulled out of the mud. Instead of trying to push it out, we are being pulled out of the mud by our future self, and by having a future that is exciting. Yeah.
Yes, that's so. I was just thinking a little bit about it. If the three perspectives or these three aspects, past, present, and future, have a healing, then you could say the past can clarify stuff. You saw yourself in a certain way, and then it appears like, the past is not anymore what it was because I see it in a different perspective. So that's an aspect of healing.
Mm.
And the healing that's in the present, you could say, although it's huge and intense, and it can also be frightening, but it can also be relaxing to realize I'm part of it all. It's not all on my shoulders. I'm held. I'm okay. I'm part of the all, and the time is a different place. Space is different. There's a relaxation healing in there. It's like, okay, it's okay. I can relax. I can also relax. And then the future, when you are able to connect with your future self, there comes inspiration.
Mm.
There comes focus, there comes activation, because then you want to go, oh yeah, let's go, let's do that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Can you find these three modalities like clarification, relaxation, and activation?
Yeah, activation. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, nice. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I'm thinking about this thing that Marc is working on, the recovery of the unique self as a healing way, and how without our unique self or our unique expression or unique calling or the call of the future or some activation, some way of showing up in the world, we just can't be whole, it seems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like this vessel, as we are the vessel to create for our future or create the next layer of future, we need to feel whole.
Yeah.
We need to feel full and dignified and loved and helped and whole.
Yeah.
And then we can give our best. Then we can give our unique, then we not only we will give our unique self and our unique gift.
Yeah. Yeah, but what about people who are feeling stuck in pain or in the past maybe, or feeling depressed? I know for myself, when I was feeling depressed, it's just, you just can't access that joy, or you don't even want to think about a future. I even had someone in my therapy group a long time ago, and he just wanted to kill himself, and ultimately he did, because he just couldn't imagine, as Marc says so beautiful, he couldn't imagine a different future than the pain that he was experiencing right now.
Yeah.
How do you think we access like a new imagination or a different kind of future?
Well, in that sense, I think they all have their place. Like somebody who's completely depressed, he needs work on that. But he needs work on that in connection with the other two.
Yeah.
And in that sense, it's processes, and they all have doors and they all have importance. But as you said now, like if you don't see a future, why would you get out of the mud? Why would you get up to get out of your bed?
Yeah.
And sometimes we just need a lot of support.
Mm-hmm.
We need people who believe in us, people who are the light on our path.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And that is such a beautiful, beautiful mechanism hole that we live in. Like, I'm so grateful, forever, ever grateful for all the people who believed in me and who saw me bigger than I was, so I could connect with my inner fire and my inner life, because I was furious, I was active, but I had no direction.
Yeah.
But my teachers and who believed in me could go step at a step, hand in hand, sometimes literally.
Yes.
Come on, let's do the next step. I believe in you.
Yeah, wow, that is so beautiful and sweet, and I totally recognize that. And also that I can sometimes I could access that future self, but it also collapses easily, and still I forget who I am, or I forget who I can be.
Yeah.
This forgetting is so devastating.
Yes.
And we need the people around us who can see us and support us, and as you were saying, especially a teacher like Marc, or any teacher on that level that can envision can already see your future self and can see your potential and constantly remind
you. Who trusts you?
Yeah.
Who trusts your greatness? Who trusts your... And you know, sweetie, it's so beautiful if we talk about it, because what you just described was actually, of course, there is an inspiration that you need, but practice and becoming strong in holding all the paradoxes that we're in. And that's basically practicing resting in the now and resting in the realization that it's all okay. And that it's not just okay before I did that or after I did that. Now it's already okay. It's perfect.
Yeah, so that's also constantly feeling like, where is my attention most now, like in the past, present, or future, and what do I need more of to kind of balance them out? Is that how I would say it?
Yeah. Which one is... Yeah. Which one is indeed what you said, pulling the most attention, and there needs to be either a clarification or a relaxation or an inspiration.
Yeah, did you just make that up? I love it.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, I like that.
Just came. I was thinking, how could... Yeah, I felt the three different aspects of that.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I'm silent. Do you have anything else that comes up for you? Let me think.
Well, there is a great practice that Marc... The first time I encountered it was in 2012, when I just started to get to know Marc. And that's a practice that's called Mythologize, don't pathologize. So that's a practice how you can connect with your past, but make your past also inspired by the future. Make your path a myth. We're not just ordinary small selves. We're gods and goddesses, and we're knights, and we're... What's the feminine of a knight? A woman knight.
Warrioress.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So to retell the story of your life into a story, instead of pulling you down, into a story that's pulling you.
Yeah. And that is celebrating your greatness. Yeah.
Yes. So Marc did that practice. We were having a unique self weekend, and he offered us that practice, and he kind of retold my narrative. And it was such a deep realization of truth that happened in me that kind of completely ripped open my heart in a new way. and that had trust and grounding and future, and that I was on a path.
Yeah. Is there an example of one of those things that you could retell or reframe?
Well, I had my first love in the world was my little sister, who was a year younger than me, or a little more than a year. And when she died, I was 4. And some of my first memories are around that, but the most of it happened before memory was active. But I realized that she was my first love. And when she died, I didn't understand what was happening. I was like, what's this? So I missed her. So that kind of defined a big piece of my life. And in that sense, Marc he made a myth of it, that there were 2 goddesses in one family, which was a very rare happening, that they sent 2 goddesses to one family. And those 2, the first years of their life, they were basking in light together. And I could totally feel that, because that was what I had with her. We were always light. We were always having enormous much fun, joy. So when I realized that, and then he made the myth further and said, but at a certain point, it was clear that goddess Chahat needed to go on. And they called one of the goddesses back. And so he went on and on talking, and he marked many moments of my development, also meeting Ted and what that kind of added to the myth, and then meeting Marc, what that added to the myth. And it's all about Shahati becoming full, becoming radiant, becoming her unique self.
Mm. Wow,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally beautiful, and just gives me goosebumps. And yeah, totally. Kind of the divine story of your life, and
Exactly.
feeling that thread of destiny and how it's all kind of meant to be ish. Or you can, and giving meaning. It just gives a whole new meaning to your life, instead of, oh, that was a mistake, that was a detour, as Marc says, or that was wrong, or that, why did that happen to me? And you can just talk yourself down like that, and instead you kind of lift yourself and your whole life up, like, oh my god, that happened to me. And something so tragic as the death of your sister, that you could almost maybe not celebrate it, but honor it. It's like, wow, because that she was willing to leave, I was able to find my unique self. And whoa, what a deep bond that is.
It's kind of a bittersweet.
Right.
In the love is in the pain.
Yeah.
The love and the pain are one, because the depth of the pain, I feel, is also the love and the gratitude and the whole beauty of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the painful moments can actually bring us home, more home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's
if you're doing the work.
Yes, the practice, which is step by step, but there is so much enormous joy when you're pulled by the future and say, this is why I'm doing it. This is where I'm going. And we're doing it together. We're here.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful. Wow. I'm just a little bit distracted in the meantime by the chat, seeing if anyone is. My mother is actually watching us now. That's nice.
Hello.
The last time she said she really enjoyed it when we did it in Dutch one time.
Okay, we might want to do that again.
She was so inspired, so maybe one time we can do it again in Dutch sometime.
Yes.
It feels complete for me.
Total.
That was a beautiful journey through past, present, and future self, ending with, I loved your story. Just these stories just totally bring it to life, and I can totally feel it in my heart, like, that's what it's about. So thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, and it's the same for me. Like, that was an experience I felt in my body, so I know it.
Right.
Ontologize. It's ontological,
exactly.
would Marc say.
Your favorite word, right?
My favorite word.
Anthropology. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, beautiful. And I think, this is also becoming more clear, our intention, or it's kind of evolving. We're just doing this because we felt we wanted to do this and share the beauty of outrageous love that we get to experience every day in the practices. But I feel like this is what it's about, the embodiments, the stories, the examples of the teachings of Marc Gafni, and bringing it to life like this. It's just, that makes me really excited about the future conversations, the call of the future.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And thank you all for being here. And next week I will be here at 7 p.m. European time with Claire Molinard. So I hope you will join us there. Thank you so much.